On WBOK 1230 AM, streaming worldwide on WBOK1230.com and also on YouTube. Welcome to another show, guys. We are back, and this is the last show before 2026, man. And, I'm going to introduce my guest, my family, real family. My beautiful cousins, Miss Bianca Bridgewater and Kedra Beard. How y'all doing?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. So, as always, we try to do very informative interviews here on Conversations with Richardson, and today will be no different. Bianca, I would like you to introduce yourself to my listening audience and tell my people who you are and why you're here.
Good morning. I'm Bianca Bridgewater. I have a nonprofit organization called Speak Up Now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here today on behalf of Speaking for Grieving Mothers, mothers and parents who have children with disabilities, anybody who's dealing with any support issues from family and friends, and being in abused and as a teenager all the way to adult. And we're going to talk about more, so just tune in with us today, and we're going to pass it over to Kedra and let her introduce herself.
All right.
I'm Kedra Burton.
Coming to your mic a little bit more.
I'm Kedra Burton.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Bianca's aunt, and one of her support systems, not her number one support system, but one of her support systems. And we come to you today to speak about a nonprofit organization that she decided to start, Speak Up Now, and we'll talk more about what it entails, more of being positive, reaching out to individuals who may just not know that there's someone that they can reach out to in the forms of disabilities, grief, grieving mothers, violence,
right.
Disabilities.
Right. So, Bianca, tell us about your organization and how you got started doing what you do in the community and why.
June 2nd, 2024, I lost my daughter, Araya Henry. And when I lost her, I kept saying, I'm going to start a nonprofit organization for mothers who lost their kids, as well as men and children who deal with grief as well, right. To let them know that there's someone else that's going through what you're going through. But I wanted to do it as a whole, as a community, because I not only lost my daughter, but it was for the community as well.
Mm-hmm. So, starting the organization, or when you started it, what are some things that you tried to focus on when you decided to say, hey, I'm going to start this organization because I know people in the community of New Orleans and beyond need help?
I started to focus on like people with mental health issues, because it caused a lot of mental health issues. Grief is a big thing to deal with. It brings on depression, stress, anxiety. Mm-hmm. Everyone feel like they're alone, because when you lose someone, everyone around calling you and texting you for 2 weeks, and you need more than just that 2 weeks of support. You need support forever, because grief is forever, and losing a child make you feel empty and destroyed. And right. So I want to be that support system. Even though I lost a child, I don't want nobody to look at it as I lost everything, because I didn't. I'm still here. I'm still thriving, and I'm able to use her and turn her life into her past life, and use her life now as a way to reach people.
So you don't have to get into the full details. How did this whole situation come about with you losing a child?
Gun violence.
Really?
She was killed by gun violence. Wrong place, wrong time, and not sharing the absolute truth about where she was at, the time of night. Teens would be teens. I was once a teen before, wasn't honest a lot of times, but, today now the world is different than it was back then.
Right, when we were growing up, correct.
But she did die of gun violence. So that is how I lost my child.
Kedra, you are a support system in Bianca's life, and I want to touch on how this affected the family as well as you individually.
Affecting it as a aunt, nearly look at her as one of my own,
Mhm.
her and her kids. Being that support system, we don't know how she go to sleep at night, how she wake up in the morning.
Mhm.
Merely picking up the phone, talking positive to her. We use prayers a lot. We talk about prayers. We put God first in everything, and without it, you know, is nothing you can do to go forward. Seeing this happen, and you see it all the time, and then speak up now. If you just simply speak up and say something, it may not be to the crime itself, but you speak up to someone about something to get help.
Mhm.
Mhm. Hit us up 504-582-9422. 504-582-9422. So Bianca, I'm gonna throw it back on you, and I want to ask, what are some of the services that Speak Up Now provides for families and children?
We're gonna try to we are going to provide like mental health sessions, going into the community, talking with people. We're gonna provide meals. We're gonna try to give back to the community as much as possible. Um, because we want to be all one on one page according to as a community, because I feel like the community likes a lot. So I just want to be their support system, and they could be my support system as well, for as the community when I see as well. But um, yeah,
Children.
yeah, it's gonna not just be for grieving parents. It's gonna be for, I mean, not women. We also gonna be for the kids, and the men as well. So I want to hold like different sessions. I will say sessions for as like for men, private like sessions for men, private sessions for women, private sessions for kids. And we will also do it as a collective so everyone could communicate together, like advocate together and talk amongst each other. But I also want to touch kids because they go through a lot, they grieve a lot. We don't know a lot of times what kids are going through. So I want to get through to them and see where they're at mentally. That way, maybe we could try to put a stop to a lot of things, for as because they could be grieving a relationship. They might not be grieving just a loss. They could be grieving disturbed mental parent, abusive parent, anything. So I just want to talk to the children and touch them as much as I can.
Right. And that's one thing, uh, we focus on it now because kids have so much more that they have to worry about, especially in the age of social networking and different things like that. But Keidra can attest to this, and you can also.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, and I say this pretty much every week on the show. When we were growing up, kids were meant to be seen and not heard.
Yeah.
That's it.
And our family, and I can say this because y'all know our family they looked at it like, as long as I'm putting you through school, as long as I'm feeding you and clothing you,
You should be quiet.
you ain't got no worries.
That's
And
it.
that's what they said. You ain't got no worries.
'Cause
So
we ain't had no worries.
yeah, a lot of times, man, and I'm finding this through my own mental health journey, that a lot of the trauma that we have
Mm-hmm.
did carry over into adulthood, but we didn't even realize it till we got older and sat down and said, hey, I got some issues I got to work through.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Right.
And speak up is merely, we know, coming back a lot of times, things were kept quiet, but
Mhm.
now we have to emphasize to children that speak up.
Right.
I have a daughter, and through Bianca's traumatic experience, we have to look at our kids because sometimes they don't tell us what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're afraid to tell us what's going on. So you have to speak up.
And I would say speak up now comes from my child, my Araya Henry. She used to always say why adults feel like children should be quiet because they have a voice too, which is, it made me realize when she passed that she was right. We take a lot of generational curses and we put them on our children. So that goes back to we always be like, oh, you be quiet, you shouldn't be in adult business, which is true. But we have to do better with communicating with our kids and really just having a better relationship with our children as well.
Right.
Because I know a lot of times I used to be saying, oh, you couldn't grow up in my times
Right.
and stuff like that. And we traumatize our children. We get them anxiety because you have to look at it like when we came up, that took a toll on us and played with our emotions and made us feel some type of way. Because I know coming up as a child, like I had plenty of days where I felt like I was suicidal for generational curses passed down or being overlooked or not having that a stable two parents as in my family. I mean, in my life. So we have to look at that as well when it comes to our children. So,
Keidra, your thoughts?
My thoughts is she's absolutely correct. Our children veer off and do things. They may be sheltered in a room. We may see it and we may not understand why is this kid in this room, but it could be merely something that's troubling them that we have to seek out and investigate. Listen to our kids. Be present.
Be present. And I can honestly say that I love my family. I love my mom. Keidra knows how close I am to my mom and my grandmother.
Yes.
As y'all affectionately would call her, Auntie Joyce.
Auntie Joyce.
And I could say, I've had situations where, by my mom especially, and Lord knows I love her, but, coming up, I wasn't heard, so I would go to my grandmother, Auntie Joyce, as you call her, and I would tell her a lot of things that I was going through and a lot of feelings that I was having because at times I didn't feel like I couldn't come to my mom. I could come to my mom. You know what I'm saying? So till the day she passed, my grandmother, we held a lot of things close to the chest with each other because I felt like she was my confidant. I could come to her with anything and she was slow to judge and not quick to anger. She would always listen.
That's it.
And really and truthfully, that's what these kids need. They need somebody to just listen and not a parent to just say, do as I say and not as I do.
yes.
That's correct.
And we got to stop being selective parents and selective love. Because a lot of things, material things don't fix non-material things when it comes to kids.
Right.
So that's why I say I want to do like speak up now as far as like being there to shelter kids with love and support because they need that because at home a lot of children are getting that. They getting selective parenting, shall I say.
Right. One of the biggest things that I had to come to grips with growing up was everybody wasn't raised like I was.
That's right.
And you try to love on people a certain way, and then when they're not open to receive that love, it makes it difficult for you because it's like, okay, you're expecting for them to do what you do and receive love the way you do, and that's far from the case, man.
I think that's the problem with a lot of humble, big-hearted people. We expect what we give, and that's the thing we have to unlearn. Everyone it will not give you the same love, respect, and support that you give. So we have to be mindful to that.
Right. Keidra?
I feel the same way. I'm in a learning process with that. You can give, love. And in return, you looking for that very next person to be the same as you. But it doesn't always work that way.
Right. And I realized that a lot of people were raised on survival.
Yes.
So they really don't know what true love is.
That's it.
And I can say this, with our family, it doesn't matter, the time frame of the last time we seen each other. When we do get together, like a couple of months ago, it was all love and we just picked up right where we left off. And to give you a little background information on me and Bianca, I met you the night of our family party, and you were like, "Hey, I got some things I want to talk about." And what did I say? I said, "Hey, let's do it." You know what I'm saying? And we are here now. So I want to say that I am very proud of you, and I want you to continue on this journey. And I won't speak now to become as big as it can possibly be.
Yes.
So looking forward, what are some other programs that you all plan to offer the community, and do you plan on branching out to any other nonprofit organizations, or do you plan on talking to any of our dignitaries in the city of New Orleans to get you some information that can get you some additional programming going?
Yes. I want to reach out to people for to help me with the program that I have now. I already have some nonprofit organizations that lined up to work with because I'm in Bible college, so they have a lot of nonprofit organizations. The students that I go to school with, so I already have two that I am going to be working with soon. But other things that I want to work on with the community for us, like the children, is I once was like a treat maker and like doing the balloon arches and stuff like that. I want to start doing that as a collective with the kids, not for no money, just teaching them how to be entrepreneurs themselves, teaching them the little strategies behind it to teach them how to do the treats,
Right.
the balloons and other things up in that nature that falls in decor and the baking. So
Right.
that's my next step.
And the thing is, with that, it's about showing them a skill, and it's about teaching them that, hey, you know what? You could do anything.
Anything.
And you shouldn't have to depend on a job to get you through life. If things don't work out at your place of employment, hey, I got this skill that I have that I was taught by Ms. Bianca, that I can say, hey, you know what? I don't need a job. I can go ahead and make my money and another way. And it'll show them that no matter what the situation is, no matter what they go through, there's always another avenue to get to where they want to be.
Yeah. So doing that one-on-one with them, that shows not like a connection as well, but to even let them start off, either if they're in high school, middle school, to try to see if they could branch out and start their own little business and start making a little side hustle. So, yeah.
Right. Hit us up. Drop us a line. 504-582-9422. 504-582-9422. Bianca, tell the people where they can get in contact with you if they want to find out more information about Speak Now. Speak Up Now.
Instagram. The page is Speak Up Now on Instagram.
Kedra?
You can follow me on Facebook or Instagram, Kedra Burton.
All right. Do you guys have a space figured out yet?
No, that's the next thing that I want to work on, because it wasn't easy starting the nonprofit. I've been saying I wanted to start it since 2024, but then I ain't start working on it till 2025, and I got denied because I done everything myself. A lot of people tell you that you have to, pay somebody or anything to start to do the paperwork and all that. And I sat there and I studied and I figured it out myself. I didn't need no help. So me get knocked down time and time again with it. And the day of my birthday, December 16th, I received my papers from the Secretary of State approved for Speak Up Now.
All right, man. So you know what? We got more coming up on WBOK 1230 AM, streaming worldwide on WBOK1230.com. I want to thank you guys for coming down today, man. I really do appreciate this. And, it is an honor, because not only is this the last show of the year, but I'm getting to do it with my family. So I'm really grateful. So you know what? We can go to our first break, all right?
All right.
All right. This is Conversations with Ryan Richardson on WBOK 1230 AM, streaming worldwide on WBOK1230.com and also on YouTube. We'll be right back after this. See you in a second, New Orleans. Peace.
business or increase traffic to your location? We can help. WBOK 1230 AM has a number of solutions that will meet your individual needs. Give one of our consultants a call today at 504-582-9420 or email us at info@wbok1230.com. And remember, an investment with WBOK is an investment in our community. Call today.
Hey family, Ron Richardson here, host of Conversations with Ron Richardson. If you're looking for quality catering and barbecue, you need to contact my friends at Kuzan's Catering and Barbecue Team. Mr. Eddie Bunch and Kuzan's have been serving the West Bank since 2013 with their quality selection of barbecue and seafood. If you're looking for quality catering, be sure to contact Kuzan's Catering, located at 618 Westwood Drive in Marrero, or you can go to kuzansonline.com for more information for all the services that they offer, or call 504-233-4227. Catering done the right way, just for you. That's Kuzan's, baby.
New Orleans, you want to know what we're talking about? Tune in every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on WBOK for Conversations with Ron Richardson. The topics will always be hot and the conversation will be all the way live. Meet us there. We'll save you a seat. We can also talk about you and your business as a sponsor of Conversations with Ron Richardson. Contact Ron at 504-874-4584 or email him at richardsonronald024@gmail.com for more details.
WBOK online at WBOK1230.com.
Hey WBOK family, Ron Richardson checking in with you to tell you about new and upcoming musical artist Drew Hooley and his new song, Money, 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 streaming now on all musical platforms. This new song is Ron Rich Approved.
It's the place where we can be open and honest about real life issues. You're listening to Conversations with Ron Richardson, live on WBOK and online at WBOK1230.com.
Welcome back. This is Conversations with Ron Richardson on WBOK 1230 AM, streaming worldwide on WBOK1230.com and also on YouTube. Remember, guys, if you want to find out more information about yours truly, you can catch me on the go. Just search for me on Facebook. Just search for the Ron Rich or Ron Richardson Facebook page. And you can also find me on Instagram. Just search for Ronald_Richardson_Jr. on Instagram. That way you can find out everything that you need to know about yours truly and everything I have going on in my life. And I would like to welcome back my very special guest, my family, man, Miss Bianca Bridgewater, and my big cousin, the big dog, Kedra Beard. How y'all doing?
How you doing?
Good morning.
Y'all having fun?
Yeah.
We are.
You comfortable now? You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I know you said you was a little nervous. I said, don't worry about it. Big cuz got you. We good. So I want you to touch on, you said that, you were in an abusive relationship, and I'm going to tie all this in together because I know that affected you as well. So why don't you touch on that?
Being a teenager and starting off at 16 and almost 17, being in an abusive relationship was awful because not knowing no better. Because coming up, I seen it around in the family. So we have to look back to always being our kids' first teacher. We let kids be confined into things and normalize things for kids when we come up as adults with the children. Right. So I seen it a lot. So I thought that it was okay. So I dealt with that for many years, and it brought on a lot of anxiety, stress, depression, not feeling like I was good enough for anything, dealing with a lot of things secretly, suicidal thoughts, wanting to take the spouse out and stuff like that up in that nature. But it changed me a lot as a person, and it changed me a lot of ways negative, but I took a lot of positive out of it. It made me stronger, and it made me know what I did not want to deal with far as in the future. But also looking for my dad, who's not here, to save me out of that relationship.
Right.
But it didn't happen. it was overlooked. So I struggle with that too on a daily basis. Still, like that was supposed to be my right hand man. That was supposed to be the man who was supposed to save me, and he didn't. So now that he's gone, I just look at everything happens for a reason. I say spiritually because I had to endure those things to become who I am today.
Of course.
So that's why I look at it as it was a lesson. And, we all have a process that we have to go through. And that was my process that I had to go through. I had to endure all those things to become Bianca.
Right.
So it made me stronger.
How did that affect you, being that, you've seen abuse and within your circle?
It made
But then when it came to you, what was that like? What was that experience like?
it was normal.
Mm.
Because if you seen it coming up from a child, you think that's normal when you have to, when you get in a relationship. So to me, it was normalized.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like goes back to when we say that, well, you tell your children, you should be, seen and not heard coming up. That goes back to us telling our children, oh, well, you could have never made it in our times and stuff like that. So
Yes.
that's just passed down generational and just normalized. So that's how it was. It was normal.
Kedra, before we go to our caller, because I know you two are close, when she first told you what was going on, what was your reaction like?
Emotional, distraught. Because again, she's not much younger than I am, but how could I have stepped in and helped? Could I have said something different? Could I have reached out to someone to make a difference? So it's always what could I have done? What should I have done? Looking at it in that type of way. But again, emphasis on the children, keeping you go through things and your children go through things right along with you, right? So you have to not normalize it and show them a difference and let them know that it's not okay to be in these type of situations.
All right, so you guys mind if we take a caller?
Yes.
Take a call.
All right, man. So we got Miss Marlene calling in. Miss Marlene, are you there?
Yes, I am.
How you doing?
Good morning. I'm good, doing well.
Welcome to Conversations with Ryan Richardson. You had a question or comment for my guest?
Well, I am the auntie of the guest.
Okay.
So I'm Auntie Marlene. I just want to congratulate her on her nonprofit.
Yeah.
The conversation has been going well. I'm proud of her and Kedra because a lot of things they're saying are true.
Right.
I can, definitely amen that. And I just want to say I want to be involved in Speak Up Now any way that I can because I am a social worker in the community.
Okay.
So my knowledge and skills can bring on a big, huge impact as well.
All right.
So anything I could do to help with that, I'm open.
Well, definitely. You know what? After the show, I'll get your information and we can possibly set something up for you to come on Conversations with Ryan Richardson and talk about what you do in the community and how you help people, because that's what we're all about here at WBOK is helping the community and trying to make people better.
Okay.
All right. So anything you want to say before the call ends?
I just want to tell both of them that I love them to that. I'm here. She knows that, Bianca, for anything she may need through all what she has been through. We're still going through it too as a family as well. And we're here for her. And we're here for the family.
All right. Thanks for the call and all the best to you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Miss Marlene. All right, man. So somebody that is close to you called in to give you your flowers. And like I said, man, I am very proud of you. And I just want you to continue to go down the path that you're going on, because in the community of New Orleans, man, we're limited in certain things. And, this is good to see, a young woman such as yourself trying to get something off the ground that's going to help the community. My next question to you is that There's so many nonprofit organizations out there. What do you feel separates you from every other nonprofit organization that's either out there or trying to get started?
What will separate me from everyone else is
She said that with authority, but go ahead.
Yes, I did
Confidence.
say it with authority and confidence because it's gonna be love. It will be love. It will be true and honesty. It won't be doing anything for the media, attention. Because I want to reach out and I want to give actual love. I have a big heart. My daughter had a big heart, and I will keep that thriving and alive.
If she was here right now, what do you feel that she would say to you?
It would be a lot of joking going on, but since she's not here, I would share how much I truly appreciated her and loved her, and I know she would do the same as well. But
All right. So you have some family here. Your kids, they're not going to get on camera, but I want you to touch on who you have to the right of me.
that is Kylan.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Tell me a little bit about her.
Oh Lord. Colin is my right hand. He think he's my dad. He's so bossy. But he's smart, well educated. He has a lot thriving for him in the future. He's very smart, honor roll student. He's in welding school as well. And he's just 16.
Okay. Doing a lot of things.
Yes.
So I want you to touch on, what it is like to rear a child that has a disability. Because as you know, I was born with cerebral palsy, and Keidra knows my mom kept me together. My mom and grandmother kept me together. So what was that experience like for you when you found out that your child has, correct me if I'm wrong, but your child had muscular dystrophy?
Yeah, he has. That's what he has.
Okay.
I was devastated. I cried. Me and his father cried together because they was telling us what he can't do. And he didn't get diagnosed until they kept giving him different diagnoses. But he didn't really get diagnosed until I think he was 7 years old with that diagnosis. But we never treated him any different. We kept thriving him to be just as normal and regular. But it takes a toll on you because there's many doctor's appointments.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It's many sleepless nights. He be in a lot of pain majority of the time. But he's a character. He's strong.
Right.
He has a strength of an ox. I can tell you that. When it comes to when I say that, I mean as him, not with the physical.
Physical, yeah.
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 But he's amazing. He's something else, but he's our something else.
Yeah.
But as a parent, you never want your child to have any disability. You want your child to be normal. I mean, it's always unexpected. You're pregnant and you're a healthy baby, and then all of a sudden they come to the world, and then you have to be faced with reality.
Right.
That's not nothing that could be diagnosed before he was here. So, but that makes him who he is.
Right.
So.
Right. So I'm gonna just say big cuz. I'm gonna stop calling you Keith. Right. All right.
Sorry.
So, what role have you played in her son's life as you try to help her navigate through the different things that she's encountered?
I'll share a conversation on Christmas.
All right.
We had, and you have to keep in mind when you're thinking about disabilities, you ask them if they need help. So I kind of told Colin, I said, tie your brother's shoe. And he said, I could tie my own shoe. And I said, oh, I forget. He have old people sense.
Right.
So you have to ask him, not just assume because he has a disability that he needs help.
Sound familiar?
It sounds familiar. And it's important that you ask, if you need help, not just automatically assume he need help.
That's the thing that I can relate to, and you know this all too well. If you tell me I can't do something, I'm gonna do it. And 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna ask you for help. You know,
That's
I'm
right.
gonna just go ahead on and do what I gotta do. And if I fail, I'm gonna try again till I get it. Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly him.
Yeah. So what are his plans for the future?
Oh, he has so many plans. They always change. Now he wants to be a pastor. He always praying, coming along, and he'd be like, "Oh, my, record this and post it online. I got something to say to the people."
Right.
So that's where we at. He wants to be a fireman, a police, the president. It ain't one career he don't want to be, but they told us that he wasn't gonna be able to ride a bike, and he ride a bike.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say they tell you what they can't do before they tell you what they can do.
Yeah.
So
And that's the next thing that I was gonna talk about. I can relate to that so well. You know, growing up with cerebral palsy and you know, wearing walking aids like braces and different things.
oh,
like
he
that.
can't stand them.
Went through I've went through so many doctors, and I can remember, you know, as a kid, you know, me going to the doctor with my grandmother, you know, because my grandmother was and is the central person in my life, you know, including my mom. But you know, my grandmother took me to a lot of my doctor's appointments, and I can remember them telling her and telling me, you know, you'll never be able to write. You'll never be able to do what the normal kids, and I put that in quotation marks, the normal kids do. And it's like, no, he's gonna go to school, he's gonna graduate, he's gonna do everything else that his classmates and friends do, probably better. So that's where I get that strong mentality and that never quit mentality from, is my family, because even though I had limitations and there were certain things that I could not do in a physical sense, they never placed the limitations, or y'all never placed the limitations on me, because that just wasn't in our nucleus. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And every time I see y'all, it's always love, and y'all always just accept me for who I am.
That's it.
You know, I could cut up with the best of them.
Sure do.
Sound like dude. He like to dance.
Right. I do too. I might do a little 2-step, but I do all right, you know. 504-582-9422. 504-582-9422. As a parent who has a child with a disability, what is some advice that you would possibly give another parent through the things you've experienced?
To never give up and always do your own research besides what the doctors say. Study as much as possible as you can, so you would have knowledge that when you go in there, you can ask them questions and understand what they're saying.
Right.
Because a lot of times what they tell you is not true. We went through many diagnoses with my son, and before he had a nurse at the school, and she was the one who gave me advice for him to get a testing done.
Yeah.
And she said that they would pinch a muscle, take a muscle out of his piece of your little muscle out of your out of his leg, but they wind up being able to swab him. And that's how we found out his exact diagnosis. So you have to keep pushing, keep studying, and always give them much love as possible. So now he walks around because the doctors told him that he's special. And he loved to tell you, I'm special.
Yeah.
So he definitely is special.
Damn right.
Yeah. He's
All
special.
right, man. Like I said, this is such, it hits home, because I was that kid. I was that kid. And I can remember, you know, my grandmother, before I even knew what advocacy was, and before I even know how to advocate, she would always just advocate for me. And be like, no, he's going to do this. And there were times I can remember, you know, a lot of things in school were hard for me. And I just had to learn how to navigate through it all. And, you know, my grandmother and mom would be right there on the side of me, just saying, hey, look, you're gonna get through this. No matter what, you're gonna get through this. And my grandfather too. And he was always the one that said, you know, I can't say what he would say on the air because he was, you know what I'm saying? But he would always say, no, you're gonna get your butt out there despite what you got going on. And you're gonna cut that grass and you're gonna do things around the house that a man does. And I'm so grateful, man.
Yeah, I find myself sometimes having limits with him, and because I'm mom, so I'm a little softer than dad.
Of course, yeah.
But dad don't play,
Right.
so that's kind of like you said your grandpa was. So that his dad be on him all the time. I'm sometimes a little soft on him, but most of the time, everybody in the household, everybody around, such as family, he don't want you in his way, no way.
Right.
He gonna do it himself. But if he can't, he'll tell you. But sometimes he have his days where he be, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that because of this and all this and all that. And we be looking at him, or we'll let him know, no, you're being lazy. You know, you're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh man, that sounds so familiar. And you know, I can remember growing up, and you know, my mom was that way too. You know, and that's just in the mom's nature. You know, they want to protect, they want to nurture. And to be honest with you, and she'll probably kill me for saying this, but if my mom could protect me forever, she would. You know, but she also knows that Ron is gonna do what he wants to do regardless of the situation. And I mean, I'll be 42 in a couple of months, and she's still like, "You okay?" And I'm like, you know, sometimes I gotta tell her like, "I'm good. I got it. I'm good." But that's just in the mom's nature, man. So he's blessed to have a mom like you and an aunt like you too, Keidra, because I know y'all are gonna keep him going. All right. So tell us a little bit more about Speak Up Now. Future plans. Take your time. We got a little time.
You got a little time. Speak Up Now.
Speaking to you, Mike.
Oh, Speak Up Now is for people to turn from being silent. We want everybody to have a voice. So I just want to be able to give everyone a voice and let everybody know that, you know, you don't have to hold the pain in. Speak it out. You know, release it. There's always someone that you can help with your story, you know. So you can help a community with, you know, a crime, or you could just help yourself to relieve yourself from pressure that you walk around built up with. A lot of people walk around holding things inside. So that causes mental health issues. It causes anxiety. People be stressed out, depressed because they're holding on to something that they need to release. And I just want to give everybody their voice by speaking up. So that's what I want to do.
All right. So as far as the nonprofit organization, how do you plan on, or will you plan on partnering with other nonprofit organizations in the city, or are those plans in motion right now?
I have two of them that I do want to work with. Nothing is in motion right now. But I do want to work with many nonprofit organizations as I can to have an outreach in the community. Churches. Yeah, we want to have like churches. Because I'm in Bible college, theology college. Mm-hmm. So that way, because I also want to teach the community as far as kids how to feel themselves spiritually, because everything is a spiritual battle,
spiritual journey in the
yes.
spiritual.
Yes. So and I also want them to at least learn how to just read scriptures, learn how to pray, so that's my outreach things that I want to work with the kids and any nonprofit organizations up in that nature, so we could come together as a collective, so we could feel the kids spiritual. You
know what? We got to go to our second break. That's all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Conversations with Ryan Richardson on WBOK 1230 AM, streaming worldwide on WBOK1230.com and also on YouTube. Remember, guys, if you want to catch me on the go, you can Search for me on Facebook. Just search for the Ron Rich or Ron Richardson Facebook page. You can also find me on Instagram. Just search for Ronald_Richardson_Jr. on Instagram. I also have a secondary Instagram page. It's Ronnie_Richardson_Jr. on Instagram. We'll be right back after this with Miss Bianca Bridgewater, my cousin, and my other cousin, Miss Kedra Bearden, right here on WBOK 1230 AM, streaming worldwide on WBOK1230.com. We are live. See you in a sec. Peace.
Late nights are made for chillin', and you can do just that every Sunday night at 10 p.m. as DJ Wick brings you The Love Zone. It's the perfect way to top off your weekend with your favorite old and new school ballads. So sit back, relax, and let DJ Wick take you to the Love Zone on WBOK and on the World Wide Web at WBOK1230.com.
Ron Richardson here. If you are like me, that means you love the feeling of getting a fresh haircut and shave. If you do, then you should check out my friends Eddie and Dana Bunch at First Impressions Barber and Beauty Salon, specializing in hairstyles for men, women, and children. If you want to make a good first impression, you should check out First Impressions Barber and Beauty Salon, located at 618 Westwood Drive in Marrero, or call 504-341-6777. Remember, it's never too late to make that first impression at First Impressions Barber and Beauty Salon.
New Orleans, you want to know what we're talking about? Tune in every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on WBOK for Conversations with Ron Richardson. The topics will always be hot and the conversation will be all the way live. Meet us there. We'll save you a seat. We can also talk about you and your business as a sponsor of Conversations with Ron Richardson. Contact Ron at 504-874-4584 or email him at richardsonronald024@gmail.com for more details.
When you talk, we listen. WBOK.
What's going on, New Orleans? Tavis Smiley here of the Tavis Smiley Show, wishing you and yours a happy holiday season.
Thanks for listening to Conversations with Ron Richardson, live on WBOK, and listen online at WBOK1230.com. Now, back to Ron.
Welcome back. This is Conversations with Ron Richardson on WBOK 1230 AM, streaming worldwide on WBOK1230.com and also on YouTube. We are live with my family, Bianca Bridgewater and Miss Kedra Bearden. Y'all having fun?
We are.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep that off there. What I said before we came back from the show, we ain't gonna touch it.
Please do.
Nonetheless, man, I am having fun with you all, and I am glad you're here. Kedra, you said you wanted to touch on just being a part of the nonprofit organization and education and different things like that. So go ahead.
Just to piggyback off what Bianca said about the spiritual journey, teaching kids how to pray. Also looking at the literacy rate, teaching kids how to read, educating them on topics that, entrepreneurship is something that they may want to explore.
Right.
Just getting them the resources and the education that they need to survive. Yep.
So, Bianca, one interesting point about you that you've been saying throughout the whole show, throughout the whole interview, is that you're in college for theology. So tell me how you got started on that journey and why.
Well, I will say this. I always had a spiritual gift. I just always ignored it until Araya passed. So when Araya passed, I was like telling everybody, I'm going to Bible college. This is my last year turning up with y'all. This is my last year doing this, that, and the third. And I said, when 2025 come, I'm going to Bible college. I'm going to school. And it didn't happen that way. Right. I was just sitting because when she passed, I got, deep into the Bible. I used to sit and just read and listen to, gospel music. And one day a voice come, is now or never. And I had been looking for like the schools and stuff that I wanted to go to for 2025, could never find none. And that day when the voice spoke, that day I got in online and I went to looking for schools. And the school I go to came up. Cause I'm like, I'm not going to school in New Orleans. I'm not going to school this way. I said I need to find something close. And that school came up. Like all that time I was like, oh wow, why this didn't come up when I first started looking for it. So it was now or never, and I started Bible college in 2024 instead of 2025.
How has that journey been for you?
It has been very challenging. You think that you're gonna go to school and learn just about a Bible, and it's just gonna be scripture, scripture, scripture. No, I thought we wasn't gonna be doing nothing but Bible. No, you're doing your essays, homework. Is a lot of studying. It's just like regular school. So it's not just Bible. It's like everybody think that it is. It's totally different. It's different than I thought that when I was going. I thought it was gonna be easy, but it's not easy. It's not. It's very challenging,
Right.
especially if you already was not brought up in a church or already studied the Bible. So it was very challenging, but it was an eye opener for me when I lost my child. So it changed me to receive God all over again.
And what I was going to ask you is, being that you're going through this journey and you're in college for theology, what is something that you have learned about yourself?
I have learned
Because this, like you said, this is more than just going to college, learning about the scripture. It's also an internal journey. So go ahead.
Yes, I have learned about myself that spiritually, I was not in tune with myself
How so?
because everything I see, everything is spiritual. So I lacked in spirit man. My spirit man was not full. I didn't have a real prayer life. Like I would pray, but it's not the same as it is now. So you think that you just be praying, just a regular prayer. But now it's all day long that I cover not only me, but my friends, my family, and my kids in prayer. Anytime it comes to me, it could be probably pray 6-7 times a day. So it's different when you start noticing everything is spiritual and that your spiritual man is not full. Your prayer life become different and your life become different. So that's where I changed and that's where I felt that I was lacking. The more you feel yourself spiritual, the more you become whole and find out who you really are. Because you walk around in flesh, shall I say, and you be a lot of times you deal with a lot of anxiety, a lot of grief, all kind of little mental issue things. And it wasn't until I really started like reading in the Bible, praying more and listening to gospel, and I changed the music I listened to. I already was like a homebody, so but now I'm more of a homebody.
Right.
So I really go to like a lot of events with people. I be mindful of who I'm around, picking up on energy.
Of course.
So that's why I say about like being spiritual. The more you feel your spirit man with spiritual prayers and change your environment, your music, and the things that you watch as well, and it just changed you. I'm becoming more aware, and people look around when people see me or they hear me talk, they be like, "Oh wait, when did you lose a child?" And I'll tell them, and they be like, that's fresh."
Right.
So, and I thank God for that because I could be a whole lot more broken and sad, but I feel myself spiritual. It's not that I'm replacing my child or anything. I'm just finding out who I am and changing me spiritual versus flesh.
What are some of the biggest changes that you've seen in Hakita?
Finding herself And just to piggyback off it, you know, you hear people say, sometimes you got to find yourself. But when you put God first and you find God, you seek God, then you can find out who you truly are. And she's truly amazing.
So we've come to the end of the show. In closing, what are your future plans for Speak Up Now and future plans for yourself?
Future plans for myself is to continue to be who God wants me to be, aligning myself with Him, letting Him take lead way, and I sit back and let Him take the wheel. But continuing with school, always studying the Word, going further into it, and for Speak Up to make it stronger and thrive more than ever, and working with any nonprofit organizations that want to, reach out to me or, want to work.
All right. Positive words of encouragement as we close.
Positive words. Speaking up equals justice. That's my positive word for today. Anyone who speaks up in any form of fashion, it equals justice.
Keidra?
Speak up now.
All right. This has been Conversations with Ryan Richardson on WBOK 1230 AM, streaming worldwide on WBOK1230.com. All right, guys. Happy New Year, and I will see you guys in 2026. Same time, same place, same bad channel. And remember, healing and recovery start with you. Conversations with Ryan Richardson. See you guys soon. Love you, New Orleans. Peace.
WBOK online at